like a song, and brighten my day. Who'd have believed that you were part of the dream? Now it all seems like years away. You know I can't smile without you. Oh no, I can't smile without you. I can't laugh, I can't sing. I'm finding it hard to do anything, and I feel sad when you're sad. Oh no, I feel glad when you're glad. If you only knew what I'm going through, I just can't smile without you.
Hey guys, JJ Coda here, just doing another loan roundup for Harry Scarfe. Let us know what you think. Obviously you can give me a follow on Twitter or comment on Instagram. But let's get straight into it. First one, Alfie Devine is very much becoming a regular with regards to Preston North End. He played the full game in the 3-2 win against Sheffield Wednesday. I can't see anything bar that being made permanent, really. I think he's settled in well. I think they like him. He likes it there. I wouldn't be surprised if we do a deal, but with a percentage sell-on clause or something with it to try and keep, some potential further value in it, because I think there is a really good player there. We're just going to have to see how that develops. But at the moment, I think Preston's that's his level, really. And I think we have to be brutally honest with that. Will Lancashire, he came on as a 62nd minute sub in Oxford's 2-1 win against Ipswich. He actually came on when it was 1-1. So, he's definitely doing well. I think that is one that will become, a long-term, hopefully, option for Spurs. Obviously, we will just have to see what's going to happen with the likes of Dane Scarlett and the others that we've got coming in. With regards to that. So, but yeah, again, another good performance for him. And as I said, the club seem to be happy with how that's going. I would be surprised if he gets moved anywhere else. I think that will be a case of him seeing it through until the end of the season. Briefly going on to George Abbott, sadly still injured. Obviously, we know that's going to be a long one. So, hopefully he'll be able to get the second half of the season, and get some minutes under his belt potentially. I think then it will be another loan, realistically, into the championship from that point. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Going on to Yang Min Hyuk, he came on as an 81st minute sub in Portsmouth 1-0 loss to Bristol City. I mean, it is a strange one because, as I said, there were moments he was doing well, moments he wasn't even in the team or in the squad. He is getting minutes, but, we'll have to wait and see. My feeling is that with that one, I'd pull the plug and I'd send him abroad, potentially Germany. We're seeing some, as we're seeing with the one player we're going to come on to in a moment, how good that is. We've then got Ashley Phillips, disappointing result because Stoke lost 2-1 to Hull, but played the full game. And again, very similar to likes of Devine, is a mainstay now in that team. So whether it be that he stays there, and that move gets made permanent, or what sort of happens from there, we don't know. But going well. My feeling is that he won't be a Spurs player next season. I very much doubt it'll be a loan. I think he'll be sold. But we'll have to wait and see. With that, we've then got Luka Vuskovic. And, again, just, he's doing so well. He is in the middle of the back three for them, playing really, really good football. They won 2-1 against Stuttgart, and bearing in mind they had a percentage of that when they were down to 10 men. So you'd like to hope that he will continue that development, and then obviously the club have a decision to make about a lot of other defenders that we've got, the likes of Dragusin, the likes of Danzo, the likes of Ashley Phillips, things like that. So plenty of things that need to be discussed, because he has to play for Spurs next season. It is as simple as that. It'd be criminal if he doesn't, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we put Van de Ven on the left and have Vuskovic and Romero in the middle, because I think that would be a fantastic pairing, and obviously still keeping Van de Ven in the squad. So, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Going on then to Tyrese Hall. He played 35 minutes before unfortunately getting sent off for Notts County. They did win the game, but obviously, not the best of results that he would have wanted on there. Loan is going well, but he will be suspended for the next game, so that'll be disappointing, but hopefully he can recover from that and can then put in a bigger performance from there. In terms of then the others, briefly, Alejo Velis, there isn't any games ongoing at the moment for Rosario Central, so obviously what happens with that will be interesting to see. Mikey Moore is injured. They think he'll be out for anywhere up to 6 weeks. So it's just going to be a case of hopefully, he can come back, get back to, because he was getting into a really good position under Danny Roll. So you just have to hope that with that, he can get back in the squad and perform as he was. But then we move on to what I probably would really call the lone bomb squad. The ones that if you were looking at in January and thinking, do they stay at the clubs? Absolutely not. Jamie Donnelly, not in the squad, wasn't even in the squad. And that's, I can't think how often, and bearing in mind he's becoming a mainstay for Northern Ireland. It's criminal. It absolutely is. He needs to get out of Stoke. For me, I think get abroad, Germany, maybe Hamburg or somewhere else like that, just to get some experience, where he's going to play and things like that. Because at the moment, that is just turning into a nightmare. Same with Damola Ajay. The pre-season he had was phenomenal for him. And then all of a sudden, it's just going backwards quickly, really, really quickly. So you just have to hope they'll pull him out. And then Alfie Dorrington, again, not in the squad. And I just don't get that. I really, really don't. So, as I said, I think there's decisions that need to be made for Tottenham, particularly with those players. You could potentially argue, do you put Hugh in that, that conversation? Possibly. But I think, particularly for Donnelly, and one I didn't mention there was Manor Solomon, because it wasn't a case of when the squad he was unused sub, but he might as well have not been, and his minutes have been erratic as well for Villarreal. So there's decisions that need to be made with regards to those particular players. You do hope that either they can get another loan or they potentially could be sold. But, we're going to have to wait and see. There's no games for these players midweek. So the next roundup will be next week. But let us know what you think. As I said, I think there's ones that are going well. The likes of Lancashire, the likes of Phillips and the likes of Vuskovic going well. The rest, to get them out. So let me know what you think. Comment on the video. Give us a like at JJ Coda. Give Harry Scarfe and what he's doing a like. But as always, come on, you Spurs.
You came along just like a song.